Prabhupada, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya 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 Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol. Krishna Bhagavatam Pranam.
Thank you, His Grace Radhaji and Prabhuji, for soothing Kirtan. So we will welcome His Grace Narayana Das Prabhuji. He is the speaker today, and we also thanks to all the devotees who have assembled here in the Zoom platform. So His Grace Narayana Das Prabhu is a BV leader and attends classes with His Grace Bir Krishna Prabhuji, who is a senior devotee in Krishna Katha Desh. So we want to hear from the lotus mouth of Narayana Das Prabhuji. Over to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Sabko danvat pranams.
Jai.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Jaya Jaya Shri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Om Jnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaha. Om Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavade Pashyatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivash Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Sabko danut pranams. So today it's Sri Caitanya Charitamrta class. We are in Madhya Lila. From today we are going to start Adhyay 5. Prabhuji, we will share the screen. Need to share the screen.
It is up to you, Prabhuji. You are the co-host.
Okay.
You want to share us, or you can
no
share?
Problem. I will share, no problem. Okay. 1 second only. Okay. So we are in a Madhya Lila 5th Adhyay. Shri Shakshi Gopal ki Lila hai. Hare Krishna. The activities of Shakshi Gopala. So before start the verses from Adhyay 5, we will see the what is the information, what is the background, what is inside of this Adhyay. We will read this. During this class, if I will commit any mistake, if my mouth will speak, or if I will speak any wrong thing, please correct me. My Shiksha Guru, my Diksha Guru, and सभी devotees को मेरा दंडवत प्रणाम है. And Prabhupada जी को obviously मेरा साक्षात दंडवत प्रणाम. The activities of Sakshi Gopal. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur gives the following summary of fifth chapter in this Amrit Pravaha Bhashya, after passing through Yajpura, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reached the town of Kataka and there went to see the temple of Sakshi Gopal. While there he heard the story of Sakshi Gopal from the mouth of Sri Nityananda Prabhuji. So we learned that in the previous adhyay that Madhvendra Puri's bhakti that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is coming from Remuna and now he came to the Katak, and that from the Bhakti Vinod Thakura's chapter 5th from Amrit Pravaha Bhashya. Previous one was from the 4th chapter. Now we are learning from the 5th chapter. So he's passing through the Yajpura and coming to the Katak. So in Katak, they see the Sakshi Gopal temple, and there what a discussion, what the story Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard from the Nityanand Prabhu. So that we are going to learn today. Hare Krishna. Second para. Once there were two Brahmanas, one elderly and the other young, who were inhabitants of a place known as Vidyanagara. They came to the two Brahmanas. They came to the Vidyanagara. After touring many places of pilgrimage, the two Brahmanas finally reached Vrindavan. The elderly Brahmana was very satisfied with the service of young Brahmana, and he wanted to offer him his youngest daughter in marriage. The young Brahmana received a promise of his elder before the Gopal deity of Vrindavan. First, we will read this completely. Thus, the Gopala deity acted as witness. When the two Brahmanas returned to the Vidyanagara, the younger Brahmana raised a question of this marriage. But the elderly Brahmana, due to the obligations of his friend and wife, answered that he could not remember his promise. Because of this, the young Brahmana returned to the Vrindavana and narrated the whole story of Gopalji. Thus, Gopalji, being obliged by the young man, devotional service, accompanied him to southern India. Gopalji followed the younger Brahmana, who could hear the tinkling sound of Gopalji's ankle bells when all the respectable gentlemen of Vidyanagar were assembled. Gopalji testified the promise of the elderly Brahmana. Thus the marriage was performed. Laterly, the king of that country constructed a fine temple of Gopal. Afterwards, King Purushottama Dev of the Orisha was insulted the king of Vidyanagara, who refused to give him his daughter in marriage and called him sweeper of Lord Jagannath. With the help of Lord Jagannath, King Purushottam Dev fought the king of Vidyanagara and defeated him. Thus, he took charge of both the king's daughter and his kingdom as well. At that time, Gopalji, being very much obliged by the devotional service of King Purushottama Dev, was brought down to the Katak. After hearing this narration, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited the temple of Gopala in the great ecstasy of love of God. From Kataka, he went to the Bhubaneswar and saw the temple of Lord Shiva. In this way, he gradually arrived to Kamalpura, and on the bank of Bhargi river, he came to the temple of Lord Shiva, where he entrusted his sannyasa staff and Nityanand Prabhu. However, Nityanand Prabhu broke the staff into 3 pieces and threw it into the Bhargi river at a place known as Athar Nala. Being angry is not getting his stuff back, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left the company of Nityanand Prabhu and went alone to see the Jagannath temple. Hare Krishna. Thank you for giving me adhyay, though I am not qualified to speak anything about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But as Prabhuji given me this verse, I will try to glorify of this starting of this adhyay glorification, and few verse I will do this. So background of this story, I heard this story from in our chakra from senior leaders, but after reading this to prepare this prepare this preaching, I prepared and I get to know little bit more clear my doubts. And I could able to know where is a Remuna, where is a Yajpur, where is a Katak, where is Vidyanagar. So that map I see that, then I really feel that yes, Sakshi Gopal Prabhu ki jai. So actually, Nityanand Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the devotees are coming from the Remunash to the Katak through the Yajpur. Yajpur is where it is a bank of the Vaitani river, and there Mahaprabhu did, and team Nityanand Prabhu and all did obeisances, and they continued furthermore. So they came to the bank of Maha river at the Katak. They came, and in the Katak here, Nityanand Prabhu is narrating the story of the Sakshi Gopala to the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Normally we are listening about the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu story, but here Nityanand Prabhuji is telling and this story to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and we are going to listen this story. How Nityanand Prabhu knows this story? Before Nityanand Prabhu, I think from 18 to at the age of 18 to 36, something like this, around 18 to 20 years, Nityanand Prabhu visited the whole, Nityanand Prabhuji visited so many places, and that time Nityanand Prabhuji heard the story of the Sakshi Gopalaji, and that same story he is telling the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that otherwise the story is important. Otherwise, Nityanand Prabhuji will not tell to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will also not listen this story because of this is regarding the marriage story. Okay, but basically it is we need to see this. It is not a marriage story, but what are the going to learning points? So many learning points from this story. So that for that, Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ji is also mentioning this adhyaya in this chapter. That's why we need to see this. What happened? Two Vipra. One is elderly Brahmana and one is younger Vipra. So these two Brahmanas are from the Andhra Pradesh, from the southern India, from the Vidyanagara. They wanted to, elderly Brahmana wanted to do the yatra. So during this yatra, this Tarun Brahmana supported. He told, okay, I will come with you. And this young Brahmana supported too much. So with the help of young Brahmana, elderly Brahmana did the so many tirthas, yatra, examples, Gaya, Kashi, Prayag, Mathura, and like this. Finally, they came to the Vrindavana. In Vrindavana, they visited to Govardhan Parvat also, and in the Vrindavana, they finally came into the Govinda Mandir, which is nearby this Keshi Ghat and Kalia Ghat. So there they came, and then okay, then they feel very much happy, and they did the darshana. That is discussed. In this place, this old elderly Brahmana told to the young Brahmana, I am very much happy with your services because of many places we took the bath, and every place you kept my clothes, you take care of my clothes, you supported me during this, you know, this traveling was around 1600 kilometers. I checked in the map from a from where Vrindavan to the Vidyanagara is a 1600 kilometers, around 3 months, around 100 days. They walked, and they came to the Vrindavana. Their elderly Brahmana told to the young Brahmana that I am very much pleased with you. So I wanted to. Yes, Prabhuji. Okay, I wanted to offer you something. I wanted to give you something. So elderly Brahmana said that I do not have anything, but my daughter, which is the younger daughter, smallest daughter, I will give you to the for the marriage. You can have a marriage with her. So younger Brahman told, no. I did this. I supported you for the yatra, for the Krishna's Krishna will get pleased if we will do the support, if we will do Vaishnava Seva, if we will help the Vaishnava, if we will do the service to the Vaishnava, then what will happen? Krishna will be get pleased. And will Krishna will get pleased, we will get the bhakti. And that's why I support your daughter, or not for your wealth, or not for anything. I supported only to please the Krishna. But elderly Brahmana told to the younger, no, 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 no. In the Gopal, I'm very much happy, and my dhan is only my younger daughter. The discussion, no, 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 I am not at same as you. Though both are the Brahmana, but younger Brahmana is telling, I am not same as your cool, because of senior Brahmana was very much in a high position, dhani, vidya wise very in the high level, dhan wise, and in a society very good prestige. So these younger Brahmana do not have these qualities. So he told no. Then after insisting by the senior Brahmana, the younger Brahmana telling, okay, in front of the Gopala deity here in a Keshigarh, in a Govind Mandir, in the bank of Keshigarh, the Govind Mandir, you please tell me, you give the word in front of the Gopalji. Then he given. And then younger Brahmana telling to Gopalji that if it is required in front of if in the future, if required, I will call you the as a sakshi, and that it is really happened. And later on, both came to the Vidyanagara, and during Vidyanagara, see, the younger Brahmana told to the Gopalji that maybe I need your sakshi. So in future, it had required that, and Lord came, and he given the sakshi. And this is the story of this. After coming to the Vidyanagara, and during coming time, okay, in the temple also good discussion between the young Brahmana and Lord Gopalji telling, when the young Brahmana telling, okay, you can come, the discussion after that, they came to the Vidyanagara, and after Vidyanagara, after a few days happened, senior Brahmana expressed these things to their family member. So this family member denied that, how you can offer your younger daughter to the younger Brahmana? How? The cool is not matched. He is not rich as well as us. Money wise also, he is not at a good as compared to us. So how you can offer? And they told them, okay, we will commit, we will took the poison, and no, like this. Then their younger son to very strongly refused. No, 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 it is not possible. Then young by that time, yeah. So okay, during that time, Senior Brahmana, how I can break my vow I given in front of the Gopaljis in the Vrindavana. Though the discussions were happened, yeah, his son, Senior Brahmana's son, telling that, father, you told to the in front of the Gopalji. Gopalji is very far, because of he was a Nastik. He was not believing the Lord. So he will not come. And who heard that? Because you three people only, no? So he cannot able to come. So like this, okay, you can keep quiet. You can tell them, this boy suggested that. Senior Brahmana's boy suggested, you can keep quiet, and you can tell like this, may I forget something, I now not remember like this, then I can handle. He know in the speaking, he good in the speaking capabilities. So he told, I will twist the story, and you can get saved from that. We also get saved from that. Then senior Brahmana accepted. By the time younger Brahmana also came, and he told to, he reminded to the senior Brahmana that, my dear senior Vipra, you told that you in front of the Lord, you given vows. It is not for my marriage. I know it is not like I need your, I need to marriage with your daughter. I need a daughter. It is not for my bhoga purpose. It is for your vow, because of your senior. You given the word in front. You given in the vow in front of the Gopalji. So to complete your vow, when you wanted to marry your daughter with me. So that this time, this elderly Brahmana's son came, and he wanted to meet. He wanted to, he given a little bad words to this young Brahmana, that, oh, how you are asking, you do these wrong things, and like this. The little bad words. Though this is the Brahmana's son, he spoke, he should not speak. Even we should not also speak. We should not also blame. He blamed, and then a young Brahmana ran away from their house, and then he gathered some society, and then from the villagers, from the Gram Panchayata, and in front of them he expressed, and they, after their suggestion, after discussion, finally young Brahmana told, yes, there was a Sakshi of Gopala. Then senior Brahmana told, okay, if you will call the Gopala, then I am very much happy. He wanted to give his daughter to the senior Brahmana. So, okay, we will give you. Then this son telling, how Lord, till now in the story, did we heard any time ki Gopalji or deity any time can walk? And so he cannot able to walk. Okay, accepted. If the deity will come here from Vrindavana, from Mathura to here Vidyanagara, then I am also ready. Then again this young Brahmana walked from the Vidyanagar to the Vrindavana. He requested to the Lord. During the discussion, Lord spoke. Hey, you heard any time deity can walk? So these young Brahmana telling to the Lord that I also not heard that the Lord deity can speak. So when the Lord speak, Gopalji speak, that time Gopalji get stuck in this young Brahmana's discussion. So Gopalji agreed that, okay, I will also come with you, but behind you, not with you. Behind you, then Tarun Brahmana, how I will see, I got to know that you are coming to me give the proof, to witness to the Vidyanagar. Then he told Lord telling that, okay, my ankle bells are there, it will give the tinkling sounds, and then you can realize. But one thing is that if you will see back, I will stop it that time, and I will not go furthermore. And another things, I am from the Vrindavana, from the Mathura. I like to have a sweet, and like this kheer and like this. So you need to offer me every day 1 kg rice after preparing a little ghee. So this one you can offer to me every day. So these they again walked. Here it is a mention in the verses. 100 days they walked. 100 days Gopalji walked, and they came to the Vidyanagara. Tarun Brahmana and Gopalji both came to the Vidyanagara, and nearby the Vidyanagara, at the little outside of the Vidyanagara, Tarun Brahmana thought that, hey, why ankle sound is not coming, and though my village is very near, if I will get turned back over here also, no worries, Lord will be get stayed over here only. Then he turned back, and as soon as he turned back, Gopalji laughed, and he stayed there. And Gopalji told to the younger Brahman, okay, go, you can call to the villagers. And they came immediately. Senior Brahman also said, hey, Gopalji came here to give the witness. Very much happy. All did Dandavat Pranams. And Gopalji stayed there. Well, later on, this king of the Vidyanagara also happy, very much happy. All over everywhere these good things, this story, Sakshi Gopal's, these things to get spreaded, and king of the Vidyanagara, they made a good temple over there, and over a period, what happened furthermore in the last one, it is explained that here that the story, the Orissa's Raja Utkala's Raja, this Purushottam Dev, his father also Pratap Rudra. So the king of the Utkala, Orissa, Kataka, this Vidyanagar's king, he refused to give the daughter to the king's Katak's son. And he's telling to this, you are the sweeper, you are in front of the sweeper of the Lord Jagannath. So I cannot able to give. Then he defeated to the Vidyanagar Raja, and then he married with the daughter of the Vidyanagara, and he shifted to the temple, to the Katak. So this is the temple where Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they are discussing, they are listening. And furthermore, this the glories of this one, queen of this Katak's Raja, that she see the Lord Krishna and Gopala very much happy. She had a good pearl the nose ring. So she offered, she got a dream, she wanted to offer, but she felt that, no, Lord, do not have the hole in the nose. So Lord came in the dream and fulfill her wish. And the Raja, queen and the queen gone to the king and queen gone to the temple and see the yes, holy is there in the north. So they offered. So like this, everyone's Sakshi Gopal is fulfilling the requirements and fulfilling. So like this, they gone. And today the temple is not in the Katak. So today this temple is from in the Sakshi Gopal Satyavadi Gav, around 11 miles from the Jagannath Puri. Actually, what happened with the throne, very good throne in the Vidyanagara, the king of the Kataka, they bring from there also. They bring the temple, Sakshi Gopal temple also to Katak, and from Katak to they shifted to the Jagannath Puri's temple. But then Rasa Swada difference was there. They observed. Then after the permission, they shifted near the new village, the Satyavadi village. Today now it is a railway station. We can have from Bhubaneswar, it is 45 kilometers away, and from Jagannath Puri to around 16 kilometers away, the Sakshi Gopal temple is there. And today many people are many devotees are visiting over there. So this is the background of this Adhyay. Now we will start from the, if somewhere else I missed, Prabhuji and Mataji, please correct it, and you can change. Now we will see the first verse. What Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is mentioned. Verse 1. Padambhyam chalanam ya pratima swarupo brahmanya devo hi satah gamyam desham yayo vipra कृतेद्योतेहं tam shakshi gopalamaham namoshmi. Very good verse. I wanted to repeat one more time. Padamyam chalanyam pratima swarupo brahmanya devo hi satah gamyam desham yayo vipra कृतेद्भूतेहं tam shakshi gopalamaham namoshmi. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ji. Srila Prabhupada Ji ki jai. Hare Krishna. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Brahmana Deva, who appeared as Sakshi Gopal to benefit a Brahmana. For 100 days, he traveled through the country walking on his own legs. Just thus, his activities are wonderful. So, who is the Lord Krishna? They are talking about the Lord Krishna, in Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 8th Adhyay, Kunti Maharani's prayer, that very nicely glorified. That Krishnas, they are discussing this discussion about that Krishna, not other Krishna. Which Krishnas? Brahmanya Deva, as mentioned here. Namo Brahmanya Devaya Govindaya Go Brahmanaya Hitaya Cha Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo. That Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is telling about this one. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumara Govindaya Namo. That Krishna's, that Gopala's discussion we are doing now here. So second verse, they walked 100 kilometers. 100 days, not 100 kilometers, 100. Now coming to second Adhyay. As normal, Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in the beginning of the every Adhyay praying to the Lord. That is the verse here. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. All glories to the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All glories to Nityananda Prabhu. All glories to Sri Advaita Prabhu, and all glories to all the devotees of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In every beginning of this verse, Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ji is mentioning this verse. Coming to the no more purports over here. So I will continue. Third verse. Chalite chalite aila Yajapura grama Varha Thakur dekhi karila pramana. So here, after during that walk at the bank of Vaitani, walking, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his party finally arrived at Yajpur on the river Vaitani. There he showed the temple of Varhadev and offered his obeisances. So this is a good thing. And one more thing, wherever the temple, for us learning point, one of the learning point is wherever the temple, the Lord is offering, and furthermore in the future it will come, Lord stayed over there also. Coming to the fourth verse. नृत्य गीत कैल प्रेम बहुत स्तवन याज पूरे से रात्रि करीला यापन. So in the temple of Varahadev, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu engaged in chanting and dancing and offered the prayers. He passed at night in the temple. So everywhere Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the team, they are engaging in the chanting and dancing, and they passed over the night also. 5.5. कटके आईला साक्षी गोपाल देखिते गोपाल सौंदर्य देखी हैला आनंदिते. कटके आईला साक्षी गोपाल देखिते गोपाल सौंदर्य देखी हैला आनंदिते. Afterwards, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to the town of Kataka to see the temple of the witness Gopala. When he saw the deity of Gopala, he was very much pleased by his beauties. Furthermore, it is in the further verses, it is explained how is the beauty in the end of this verse was explained very nice. Please see this, what is going on. 6th verse. प्रेमावेश नृत्य गीत कैला कथक्षण आविष्ट हना कैला गोपाल स्थावना. While there Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu engaged in chanting and dancing for some time, and being overwhelmed, he offered many prayers to the Gopala. Like every day we are, in the morning hours, in the evening hours we are. Same thing, we also need to continue that. Seventh verse. There is some little purport we will discuss. साक्षी गोपालेर कथा सुनी लोक मुखे सेई कथा कहे न प्रभु सुने महासुखे. साक्षी गोपालेर कथा सुनी लोक मुखे सेई कथा कहे न प्रभु सुने महासुखे. That night, Sri 1 minute, 2 pages gone from my side. 7th verse. सेई रात्रि तहाँ रही भक्त गण संगे गोपालेर प्रभु कथा सुने बहु रंगे. No purport here. It was in the 9th verse. That night, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed in the temple of Gopal, and along with all the devotees, he heard the narration of witness Gopala with a great pleasure. 8th verse. नित्यानंद गोशानी यबे तीर्थ भ्रमेला साक्षी गोपाल देखी बारे कटक आईला. Finally they came to the Katak. Previously the Nityanand Prabhu had toured all over the India and see the different places of pilgrimage. He also had come to see the Sakshi Gopala at Kataka. As mentioned in the Amrendra Prabhu's lecture, that they visited, Nityanand Prabhu visited 20 years in the earlier stages, in the earlier of his ages. That time he heard this story. So that story he is explaining to the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now coming to the 9th verse, here the purport is there. साक्षी गोपालेर कथा सुनी लोक मुखे सेई कथा कहे न प्रभु सुने महासुखे. At that time, Nityanand Prabhu had heard the story of Sakshi Gopala from the townspeople. He now recited this again. The Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard the narration with a great pleasure. With the great pleasure, we also need to learn anytime these Lord's stories or pastimes with a great pleasure. So that's why in the Bhagavad Gita telling no janma karma chame divyam evam yo vesti tattvata tyakta punah janma naeti mamiti. So Lord's pastimes, Lord's janma karma, everything are divine. So purport is telling Sri Prabhupada by the Prabhupada Ji. The Sakshi Gopal temple is situated between the Kudra Road railway station and the Jagannath Puri station. The deity is not present situated in Kataka, but when the Nityanand Prabhu traveled there, the deity was present. The Kataka is the town in Orissa situated on the Mahanadi river. When the Sakshi Gopal was brought from Vidyanagara in southern India, he stayed from some time in Katak. Thereafter, he was situated for some time in the Jagannath temple. It seems that in the temple of Jagannatha, there was some disagreement between Jagannatha and Sakshi Gopala, a disagreement called the Prema Kalaha, the quarrel of love. In order to settle this love quarrel, the king of Orissa constructed a village about 11 miles from Jagannath Puri. The village was called Satyavadi. The Gopal was stationed there. Thereafter, a new temple was constructed. Now there is Sakshi Gopal station, and people go to the Satyavadi to see the witness of Gopala. This we discussed the Jagannath Puri, Lord Jagannatha, and with the Sakshi Gopala between they had a prema kala, the rasa swadhana difference. So that's why they get separated. They came into the dream and they get in the different village. Verse number 10. पूर्वे विद्यानगरेर दुईत ब्राह्मण तीर्थ करी बारे दुई करीला गमन. Formerly at Vidyanagara in South India, there were two Brahmanas who made a long tour to see the different places of pilgrimage. Lord Nityananda started narration to the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. 11th verse. Where they gone? Gaya Varanasi Prayaga Sakala Kariya Mathurati Aila Duhi Anandita Hana. First of all, they visited Gaya, Kashi, Prayag, and finally with the great pleasure, they came to the Mathura. Verse number 12. Vana yanaya vana dekhe Govardhana, Dwadas vana dekhi Sheshe Gaila Vrindavana. Shesha Gaila Vrindavana. Finally, they reached to the Vrindavana. After reaching Mathura, they started visiting to the different forests of the Vrindavana and came to the Govardhan hill. They visited all 12 forests, one, and at the last came to the town of the Vrindavana. Purport: the 5 forests situated in the eastern side of the river Yamuna are Bhadra. We know that 5 one are in the eastern side and 7 are in the western side. So they are the Bhadra, Bilwa, Loha, Bandira, and Mahavana. These are the 5. And 7 forest is situated on the western side of the Yamuna. They are the Madhu, Tal, Kumuda, Bahula, Kamya, Khadira, and Vrindavana. These are the 7 ones. After visiting all these forests, these pilgrims went to a place known as Panchakoshi Vrindavana. They come to finally to the Panchakoshi Vrindavana. Out of the 12 forests, the Vrindavana forest extend from the town of Vrindavana up to the Nandagrama, long area. So that is calling, and Varshana, a distance of 32 miles, which within this Panchakoshi Vrindavana are situated. That is calling the Panchakoshi Vrindavana. Coming to the next verse, 13th verse. In the 13th verse, वृंदावने गोविंद स्थाने महादेवालय से मंदिरे गोपालेर महासेवा हय. So in the village of Panchakoshi Vrindavana, at the site where the Govinda temple is now situated, there was a great temple where George's worship of Gopala was performed. So that a very big temple, very big temple was there, there in the Vrindavana. So verse number 14th, Keshi Tirtha Kaliya Radha Adi ke Kaila Snana Shri Gopala Dekhi Taha Karila Vishrama. Very important. Keshi Tirtha Kaliya Radha Adi ke Kaila Snana Shri Gopala Dekhi Taha Karila Vishrama. So in these banks, they did the bath. Translation: after taking bath at different bathing places along the river Yamuna, such as a Kesi Ghat, Kalia Ghat, the pilgrims visited the temple of Gopal. Afterwards, they took the rest in the temple. So they took the rest in the temple. They did the bath. There are so many ghats are there. So we can also have a bath if possible with the safety. We can also take the bath in the ghats if possible. So coming to the 15th verse. Gopaler Saudarya Duhara Mana Nila Hari Sukha Pana Rahe Taha Hari Dui Chari. 2-4 दिन में they stay over there. The beauty of the Gopala deity stole away their minds, and feeling a great happiness, they remained there for 2 to 4 days. So that is a good, again, learning points. To stay benefits of the importance of the staying the Gopala, importance of the staying in the temple. 16th verse. दोई विप्र मध्ये एक विप्र वृद्ध प्राय आर विप्र युवा तार करेन सहाय. So the qualities, so the ages, the between the two vipras, one vipra praya vruddha and second one is yuva vidya. And who is the yuva? He is supporting to the vruddha. He is carrying the sahaya. One of the two brahmanas was and one old man, and the other was young. The young man was assisting to the old one. 17th verse. छोट विप्र करे सदा ताहार सेवन ताहार सेवाय विप्रेर तुष्ट हैल मन. So tushta haila mana. It is telling that indeed the young brahmana always rendered service to the older one, and the old man, being very satisfied with his service, was pleased with him. He was, after all, he get too much prasanna that he very much happy that. 18th verse. विप्र बले तुम्ही मोर बहुत सेवा कैला सहाय हन्ना मोरे तीर्थ कराइला. So an older man told the younger, you have rendered, this is where is happening? In the Gopalji's temple, in the Vrindavana, the discussion. The older man told the younger, you have rendered various type of services to me. You have assisted me in traveling to all these places of pilgrimage. So as we see the background, so this was there. So we will continue this one. 5.19. पुत्रेय पितारे छे ना करे सेवन तोमार प्रसादी आमी ना पाइला श्रम. So पुत्रेय पितारे छे ना करे सेवन. Even my own son does not render such service. By your mercy, I did not become fatigued while on this tour. So is comparing. Putra also not doing like this seva. 20 number verse. कृतज्ञता हय तोमार ना कैले सम्मान यत एव तोमाय आमी दिय कन्यादान. If I did not show you any respect, if I will not, I would be ungrateful if I will not express my krutagnata to you. Therefore, I promise to give you my daughter in charity. He is giving. 21 verse. The discussion between both. छोटा विप्र कहे सुन विप्र महाशय असंभव कह के ने यही नाही हय. The younger Brahmana replied, my dear sir, please hear me. You are saying something very unusual. Such a thing never happens. Because he knows, younger Brahmana knows how it is possible. Your family members, your young son, everyone will deny. You have this much, what the qualities have will come in the further. We will see this. Verse number 22. What are the qualities? महाकुलीन तुम्ही विद्या धनादि प्रवीण आम्ही अकुलीन आराधन विद्याहीन. Again. महाकुलीन तुम्ही विद्या धनादि प्रवीण आम्ही अकुलीन आराधन विद्याहीन. So you are most aristocratic family man, well educated, very rich, and I am not all aristocratic, and I am without a decent education and have no wealth. So the Chota Vipra is telling to the senior Brahmana, what is telling? The qualities. See the Mahakulin, he is telling that you are a Mahakulin. First he is telling about his kula. Mahakulin to me. Then what he is telling? Vidya. characteristic is glorification to him, glorifying to him about Vidya. And dhan is the dhan. But for himself, he is telling, I am a Kulina. So yes, though the Brahmana, but I am a Kulina. I am not in the very rich, very high educated one. And then Aradhana, like in the material world, we are talking always dhana, how multiply our dhana. So that always we are talking. So here Krishna Kaviraj Goswami is mentioning that verse. During that he is reversing the sequence. For him Vidya, for him dhana, and finally for him he is telling dhana, because of we are not giving more importance to the Vidya. So that one he is expressing here. You are a family man, well educated and very rich. I am not at all aristocratic, and I am without a decent education. I have no wealth. Purport by Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Due to the pious activity, one can enrich by 4 opulences. The 4 opulences we can get by the pious activities. What are those four activities? That 4 opulences that is mentioned here. One may obtain birth in an aristocrat family. Second one, with the highly educated. Third one, with the very beautiful and get a sufficient quantity of riches. These are the 4: beautiful and riches. So these are the 4 qualities if we will do the pious activities. So these are the symptoms of pious activities performed in one's past life. In India, it is still current for an aristocrat family never to consider a marriage with the common family. The same level only still marriages are happening. Though some places that it is not following, but majority they are following. They are going to the brahmanas, they are matching the kundlis, and then they are following these things. They are giving the same kula. Though the kula and vidya they are trying to match. Last one they are not wanted to match the dhana, so they still following dhana. The case may be the same. To maintain the aristocracy, such marriages are rejected. No poor man will dare marry the daughter of rich man. Because of this, when the elderly Brahmana offered the young Brahmana his daughter, the young Brahmana did not believe that it would be possible to marry her. Therefore, he asked the elderly Brahmana why he was proposing something asambhava, unprecedented. It was unheard of for an aristocratic person to offer his daughter to a person who was both uneducated and poor. So this is nowadays also happening. The poor one will not going to ask to the rich man. So this is the understanding that. Coming to the next verse, 23rd verse. कन्यादान पात्र आम्ही नाही तोमार कृष्ण प्रीत्ये करी तोमार सेवा व्यवहार. This young Brahman is expressing their things to the senior Brahmana in front of the Lord. What is telling? कन्यादान पात्र आम्ही नाही तोमार कृष्ण प्रीत्ये करी तोमार सेवा व्यवहार. Sir, my senior Brahmana, I am not suitable for a bridegroom for your daughter. I render service to you only for the satisfaction of Krishna. If I will serve the devotees, Dasanudas, servant of the Lord. So if we will serve to them, if we will serve to the Vaishnavas, Lord will get very much pleased. So that is telling that. Prabhupada is telling, what is telling that we will see here in purport. Both Brahmanas were pure Vaishnavas. Both Brahmanas were pure Vaishnavas. The younger man took special care of older one simply to the please Krishna. Point to be noted. The younger man took special care of the older one simply to please Krishna, not for his wealth, not for his daughter. In Srimad Bhagavatama, Krishna says that Madhya Pujabhya Radhika. It is better to render service to my devotee. Thus, According to the Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is better to be servant of God. One should not try to serve Krishna directly. A pure Vaishnava serves a servant of Krishna and identifies himself as a servant of Krishna. This is pleasing to Krishna. Sri Narottama Dasa Thakura confirms this philosophy. Chadiya Vaishnava Seva Nistara Paiche Kaiba. Unless one serves a liberated Vaishnava, he cannot attain liberation by directly serving Krishna. He must serve the servant of Krishna. So Prabhupada ji insisting that we should serve to the servant of the Lord, to the Vaishnavas. It is telling that here. Next verse. Brahmana sevaya Krishnera priti badahaya tahara santoshe bhakti sampra tahara santoshe bhakti sampada badaya. Anuvad, translation. Lord Krishna is very much pleased by the service rendered to the Brahmanas, and when the Lord is pleased, the opulences of one's devotional service increases. Very important. Lord Krishna is very much pleased by the service rendered to the Brahmanas, and when the Lord is pleased, the opulence of one's devotional services increases. Purport. In this regard, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur comments that the younger Brahmana rendered service to the older one with the purpose of pleasing Krishna. It was not a matter of ordinary worldly dealings. Krishna is pleased when a Vaishnava is rendered services. Because the younger Brahmana serve our older one, the Lord Gopal agreed to become witness of the marriage negotiation in order to maintain the prestige of both devotees. So, why Lord also supported? Because the younger Brahmana served the older one, the Lord Gopal agreed to become a witness of the marriage of negotiation in order to maintain the prestige of both devotees. Otherwise, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will also not listen. Why I will listen the marriage story. Simultaneously, Lord Nityananda Prabhu will also not tell this story and wastages of time. Furthermore, Sri Krishnadas Kavidas Goswami ji will also not narrate. So, and now also in some of the marriages, sannyasis are going. So their sannyasis are going in the marriages. Why? It is not for their enjoyment, to uplift the people, uplift the attendees in the marriages towards the Krishna consciousness. That's why sannyasis are also going into the marriages. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would certainly not have liked to hear about the material dealings unless such dealings were exchanged between two Vaishnavas. Both are the pure Vaishnavas, as we see. Marriages, arrangements, and ceremonies belongs to the ordinary material Karma Kanda section of the scriptures. The Vaishnavas, however, are not interested in any kind of Karma Kanda dealings. Srila Narottam Das Thakura says, Karma Kanda, Gnana Kanda, Kevala Vishera Bhanda. For a Vaishnava, a Karma Kanda and Gnan Kanda sections of the Vedas are unnecessary. Indeed, a real Vaishnava takes this section as a prison pot, Vishera Bhanda. Sometimes we take a part in the marriage ceremony for our disciplines. But this does not mean that we are interested in the Karma Kanda activities, sometimes not knowing the Vaishnava philosophy. We are telling from our mundane mind that sannyasis are also coming and they are attending the marriage. No, we don't know what is the philosophy behind their Vaishnavas. And an outsider criticize such activities, maintaining that sannyasis should not take part in the marriage ceremony. between a young boy and a young girl. However, this is not karma kanda activities, because our purpose is not spread to Krishna consciousness. So our purpose is spread to Krishna consciousness moment. Sorry, where are giving all facilities to the general populace to take the Krishna consciousness. And in order to fix the devotee in concentration on this service of the Lord, marriages is sometimes allowed. We have actually in our KKD also, one sannyasi, he did marriage. Later on, he changed the grihasthashram. At that time also, I was thinking why it is, but then later on, I asked our senior devotees. That time I get information, and then my doubt get cleared. This was before, maybe 3 years before. We have experienced that such married couples actually render very important service to the mission. Therefore, one should not misunderstood when a sannyasi take part in the marriage ceremony. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu took great pleasure in hearing about a marriage ceremony between a young Brahmana and the daughter of the elderly Brahmana. Very good verse this was. From here also, we can get so many learning points from verse number 24. Brahmana sevaya krishnera priti badahaya tahara santoshe bhakti sampada badaya. Hare Krishna, Daniel Prams. Till now, I able to tell what I learned, and from my knowledge, whatever I able to speak, I able to express to you. Wherever I did mistakes, please correct me, and if you will correct, my also knowledge will get corrected. Hare Krishna. Over to Prabhuji, Nityanand Prabhuji. Daniel Prams.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you very much for such a static class. You have really taken us to Dham. Sitting in the Zoom, we could hear the glories of Sakshi Gopal, how Lord is pleased with the services to the devotees. And you covered how Narottam Das Thakura is giving the importance of serving the devotees. And Lord Gopal agreed to become the witness of the marriage, to keep the upkeep of the words of the devotees. So, and also devotees are not interested in karma kanda. So thank you very much, Prabhuji, for taking today's class, and we are grateful to you. And devotees, any questions, comments? So you can raise hands and unmute and ask questions, comments. Over to the Zoom platform. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji, His Grace VP Govinda Prabhuji. Over to you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanvat Pranams. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Narayana Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Dhanvat Pranams. Prabhuji, it was such a great experience listening to you. You are full of passion, and all the pastimes you shared is such a pleasure, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. I have a quick question, Prabhuji, on the Prem Leela you mentioned between Jagannath ji and Sakshi Gopal ji. Do we know more? I might have missed that. Do we know what exactly happened there, please? Hare Krishna.
If some senior devotee will reply, it is well good, rather than I will speak. Hare Krishna. I can speak, but little only I can able to speak. But if someone will speak, it is good one for this one. Because I should not, while speaking, commit a mistake, Prabhuji. Nitya Narasimha Prabhuji or someone can. Bir Krishna Prabhuji.
Bir Krishna Prabhuji, you want to share something? What Prabhu has asked? You will add on the points.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Exactly what is the question, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanvat Pranams. Prabhuji, the question, the curiosity is between Jagannath ji and Sakshi Gopal ji, some Prem Leela happened, there was a bit of conflict for which reason Sakshi Gopalji had to move out. This is what I understood. Please feel free to correct me if I didn't understand. But I just thought I will try to get a bit more information on it. Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
I think Swarup Krishna Prabhu, he expressed to describe it. Swarup Krishna.
Prabhu, I think you are on mute, it seems, Prabhu. You have to unmute. Swarup Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, you can hear me now? Haribol. Yeah, from what I have heard, I can relate. See, when Sakshi Gopal was brought to Jagannath temple, he was placed at a very so-called strategic location within the temple. And then we know that every 2 hours, Lord Jagannath is fed, because that is the importance of Jagannath Puri, that Lord Jagannath is not supposed to wash his hands before the next meal arrives. So that there is a plethora of Mahaprasad that is distributed among humanity. So during those days when Sakshi Gopal was present, Lord Jagannath felt that something is wrong. He came in the dream of the pujari, and one of the pujaris, and said, what is this going on? When you are bringing the bhoga, it is already coming in the form of prasad, and I am going hungry. Because if it is prasad, somebody is having it before I am able to have. So who is having it? You just find it out. And that's you have to do something about it, because I am hungry. And if Lord Jagannath is hungry, then you know what is the situation. Now, the pujari was surprised, and he had a Ishtagushti, and he discussed what is going on. Then they looked around. Then they understood that when bhoga was brought from the kitchen, Jagannath Puri kitchen, to the Garbhagriha, where Lord Jagannath is, en route is Sakshi Gopal. Now Sakshi Gopal was having all the bhogas. Now, when they realized, there is a major chaos which has happened, so they removed Sakshi Gopal from that location. They took him outside in a particular temple outside the Garbhagriha area, and then obviously, Sakshi Gopal was also being well taken care of. But later on, they realized, they thought that let us have a separate place for Sakshi Gopal. He's such an important deity who has come all the way from Vrindavan, because Sakshi Gopal brings the entire flavor of Vrindavan to Jagannath Puri. And as such, Jagannath Puri is supposed to be Dwarka. So within Dwarka, he would not be a proper fit. He should be installed somewhere else. So the village name Narayana Prabhu was mentioning, that is the village where we find Sakshi Gopal.
Satyavadi.
Correct. So if one goes to Jagannath Puri, there are two places where we find Vrindavan. One place is obviously the Gundicha temple, which becomes Sundarachal during Rath Yatra, and the other one is this Sakshi Gopal. So whenever devotees come to Jagannath Puri, they do give a visit to Sakshi Gopal as well. There is only one issue with Sakshi Gopal temple. There are pandas who cause a lot of difficulty. So one should be very careful when one goes there. If one gets darshan of Sakshi Gopalji, then one is extremely fortunate. Hare Krishna. So I thought I would share this little bit. Whatever I know. To
Thank
what
you very
extent-
much, Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you for
Yeah.
adding this point, Prabhu. It is very enlightening. Thank you very much. Is that satisfies you, Prabhuji? Is Grace VP Govinda Prabhu?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Such a pleasure. And yes, it's a blessing to listen from Prabhuji. Sarup Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Dhanwad.
Jai.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Dear
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Prabhu, you want to add something more? Because when you were saying...
No, this is same answer I was about to give. So Sakhi Gopal was eating all the bhogas. So then he was shifted. So I just want to have some correction. What Narayana Prabhu told. He told Pratap Rudra Deva's son is Purushottam Dev. Actually, it is reverse. The son of Purushottam Dev is Pratap Rudra Dev. And Purushottam Dev, when he fought with the king of Vidyanagar, actually first time he was defeated. So second time when he went for fighting with the king of Vidyanagar, so at that time both Jagannath and Baladev, they went and they helped him in the fighting. So in the front of the Purushottam Dev, they were going. In one was going in black horse, another was going in white horse. So in one place they felt thirsty, and one old lady was selling the charge. So they took charge from the lady, and when the lady asked the money, they told, no, we don't have money. So behind us the king is coming, please ask him about the money. But they gave him their finger, the ring, the ring finger. So ring they gave. So when the king came, when he saw the ring, he could understand it is Lord Jagannath's ring. So then he understood that Lord Jagannath and Baladev, both they came with him for fighting, and finally he won, and he married the Vidyapati, no, the son of the daughter of the king. So that is one correction. Thank you.
So thank you very much to all the devotees. Any other things? If nothing is there, then thanks to all the devotees. And today, Her Grace Shiromani Nandarani Mataji has joined from KKD, because Mataji is a regular member in Bhakti Sangha group, where I also joined. So yesterday I could get her number and requested. She has joined. So maybe Bir Krishna Prabhu knows her. Mataji, you want to say a few words? Mataji is there or left? Okay, she has left, I think. So thank you once again for all the devotees. So with your permission, shall we conclude the session? Chaitanya Charitamrta class ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnavandi ki jai. Vancha kalpatarus bhacha kripa sindhu bhacha patitanam pavane bhayo Vaishnava bhayo namo namah. Thank you very much. We'll meet next week with speaker His Grace Swarup Krishnadas Prabhuji. We are eagerly waiting, Prabhuji. So would you kindly reconfirm you are ready for tomorrow? Yes.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji.
Jai. Hari Hari.
Yes,
Shri
grateful.
Chaitanya Charitamrta ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. So we'll end here session. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Peace.